Let's go. Welcome back to another episode of Knicks Morning Coffee. I'm your boy Joe Cool with my partner, Mr. King.
Yep.
It's over.
Here it is.
It's over.
In color.
I'm gonna say this before we start. Y'all gotta stop acting fool out there so we can go outside and have a good time.
No, that's without a doubt. Knicks fans, and they say the people that's out there doing it are not really fans, but y'all got to calm down. Can't tear the city up. We got to turn the city out, but we can't tear it up. Stop the vandalism. Fans, and they say the people.
I had to check the sound. Y'all make sure we good when y'all come in here.
Yeah, we have to.
We can't have y'all tearing up the place. Let's go. But like I said, next one, end the game 94-90, under 90 points. Brunson with 45. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We won 15 games out of the last 16 playoff games. Couldn't ask for nothing better than this.
Listen, it can't be no doubt that I know a lot of teams had aspirations of winning championship this year, but it can't be no doubt that this wasn't destiny for us.
Yeah, nah.
Because the whole year, and like they said, the owner, Dolan, put it out there when people thought that was too much, championship round or bust. And sometimes some of us thought that might have been too much, but sometimes you need that pressure on your head. Breezy Bree. Breezy Bree's not with us today.
But she said, "Go New York, go New York, go."
Yeah, so I mean, it was our destiny to this year to do what we did, because I don't think you really didn't see it coming. You hoped and you prayed, but you wasn't sure, especially like this.
Yeah, nah.
Especially the streak that we went on. We went on an historic winning streak that I haven't seen since back in '83 with the 76ers on their playoff run. And it might have been some in between that, but for the impact that it was, we got to break it down.
Yeah, this one was defying the odds. Like we all felt like we was gonna get to the finals. You know what I mean? Win or lose, we knew we was gonna get to the finals, and I didn't think we was gonna sweep two teams, come back from the dead on one team, and have to put up a fight with another team. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it definitely, I don't know, the odds was definitely against us.
Well, I mean, first things first, we congratulate our boys, because no matter what anybody else thought, they believed. They believed that they stayed together and held each other accountable, that this could be the outcome. Again, nobody really knew, but you listen to Jalen Brunson, everything 0-0. I don't care what the record was. He convinced himself in his mind that we ain't done nothing yet.
And listen, shout out to Anthony Bay, shout out to you, long time listeners, has been watching this stuff for years now. We finally did it, man. Listen. That was high blood pressure at its finest.
Look, I'm still kind of numb. I'm still kind of not, like, almost in disbelief still.
Yeah.
Because we waited a long time. Like, I was a kid when they last won it. So I don't have whole recollections of that team. I was in the 4th grade, but I know my next door neighbors, they graduated high school in 73 and in 74. So through them, I knew all about Clyde and, just from the older guys in the neighborhood, because we had a tight-knit neighborhood. But now, for the first time, and if I'm in my 60s, everybody's seeing this for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not many people, like a lot of people way older than me, they ornery about the Knicks because they saw the 70-73 championship and they ain't seen the Knicks get back. So they done abandoned ship long time ago. But for us, this is long time coming.
Yeah, I know. I had a joke last night. I had told my niece and nephew, I said, I'm jealous of y'all because y'all get to see this at the perfect time. Like, y'all get to go into high school in middle school and be Knicks fans and can be proud of it and with this run. You know what I mean? Like a great Knicks team, and then go on and win the finals is. If we had that, it's almost little salty. Like we had to get bullied that whole time throughout school, throughout college, and now we finally here. It's crazy.
Yeah, and from top to bottom, you give kudos to all them guys because they played they played their ass off to get where they had to get. And you know, I couldn't be more proud of the New York Knicks to finally bring in this home, you know, after so long. And after all the controversy and all the naysayers of saying what you can't do, you know, they say you can't win with a small guard, which would be totally disrespecting Cat. Because look at the sidekick, and Brunson just proved everybody wrong. Like you said, now the league changes. Now it changes again. You know, you're not going to be scared to have that small guard lead your team. So
not only that, now teams are gonna have to put together better players, like better teams, not just the name on the jersey, not just the hype. If you want to win, you're gonna have to now go find you a Josh Hart, or OG. You know what I mean? A Mikal Bridges, a Landry Shamet. You're gonna have to go find these kind of Jose Alvarado. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to go draft for Miles McBride. Hot Porty even gave us some short minutes, but some good minutes. You know what I mean? We were saying his name all year. And then there's players that we didn't even get to see play yet. This is what you're going to have to go against for the next couple of years. And shout out to the Spurs. Like, they pissed everybody off because, like, they took that villain role and lost. But that's a team that they might come back again, too.
Well, Wemby pulled the Isaiah Thomas and left out of there without shaking anybody's hand.
Yeah.
You know, and of all people, he should have understood the bigger picture. You know, I know Charles Barkley and them, they say to come back from big leagues like we had, the other team got to help you. And they blamed the Spurs for being too young and not managing the clock and take better shots. You know, there was one time in game 3 in the second half when they were still up by 20, they come down, jacked up 9 threes in a row and missed them all. But they also talk about, which is interesting to me, when I heard them say, as far as the Spurs having young players. Now, one thing I always felt before that was when a young guy, okay, they want to make Wemby the face of the league. And when a young guy takes over the league that early, he usually surrounded by a whole bunch of wily veterans. But Wemby is surrounded by guys who are all his age and younger. So they had nobody to lean on. And then the other side is when I heard Charles and them say that they have a young coach who don't have an ex NBA assistant coach, you know, on their bench. They don't have an ex guy that was a head coach. And then not only that, then on your floor, you don't have a future guy on your floor playing that could be potential head coach. Like you have like a Mark Jackson or, you know, Steve Nash. You got somebody on your team that could potentially be a head coach. So they had nowhere to turn when we started getting all these avalanches coming back. They had nobody to help them adjust. You know, young players are young, coaches are young, assistant coaches are young with no experience, no head coaching experience, and that helped us.
Man, I'm seeing the big. This year, as it's wrapping up, is putting things in perspective about numbers and communication and you know, teams adjusting to each other. With that point with the coach and the players, I watched the Melo Jeremy Lin thing, right? And they were saying how the communication wasn't there. Melo played one way, Amari played one way, Jeremy Lin played one way. You know what I mean? Then now y'all got to try to communicate that with the coach, which we did a good job with this year, right? With the Spurs, like you said, they're all young. They never even been here before. I'm still under the impression that young players don't even know when they're doing something, why they doing it. You know what I mean? Then you got a coach that you haven't been to this level before. So who you turn into and who the players turn into. So you can listen to the players, but the players don't know no better.
Yeah.
Why Harrison Barnes didn't play? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like he was doing good and setting the pace, even though they was already up. But I think he would probably would have kept the pace going.
Yeah, and with the history of the Spurs have in their organization, you know, you had guys there. You had Tim Duncan there. You had David Robinson there. You know, you probably had guys like Sean Elliott and Avery Bradley. I mean, you probably had people there who been through the wars with you that could get in your ear. But you know, it seemed like Coach went for self and played right into our hands. And kudos to the Knicks players for keep believing, no matter what. You know, and even when, you know, one of the greatest games in comeback in history, Game 4, a lot of people, even the people that stayed, didn't believe. You know, and to come back from that, that's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, not only not believe, like it wasn't even in our hands. You know what I mean? Like we was playing bad. We played bad probably all 5 of these games, but not only playing bad, the calling was bad. So it was like, I know we're not coming back, but let's just see what we do towards the end. If we just give up, do they just throw the bench in there to see what happens? And now they just stuck to it and chip away. You hit them on the bench. Now the audio comes out and they're saying like, we'll just keep chipping away, just keep chipping away.
Yeah,
so that was crazy.
Yeah. When you don't got nothing to lose, we came from behind in every game. That also has never happened before. So yeah, the players when they get up against the wall, you know, they found a way to win. They found a way to survive. And the only way you survive is one possession at a time. And do the players honestly know? They knew they could fight back, but did they honestly know every game that the Spurs would break, that we could break them? And it's a shame too that we couldn't come out that way and figure it out. Because the only thing the Spurs did different was that they didn't do nothing different. They kept running like they were up 50 the whole game. They never managed the clock, which fell right into our hands. So did our players know that? Did they know that if we keep going, that eventually shots are going to fall? Eventually Wemby's going to get tired. You know, eventually their guards are not going to be able to fight over screens. And they stuck to it. And this is the result. You know, the New York Knicks are world champions. And they world champions for all the right reasons. They played hard.
Man, I think they knew it. I think we all knew that they was young and they was going to make mistakes and they wasn't going to focus. They wasn't going to pay attention to detail. You know what I mean? The playing dirty and the playing into certain things and the playing into the whistle. We was mad at Brunson last year for doing that.
Yeah.
The whole Spurs team did that. You know what I mean? Wemby included. They played into the whistle. You played into how the game was being called. You took advantage, and that's not going to win you the game.
Yeah, you don't fault them for that part because I don't believe. I just refuse to believe that even Wemby, when the refs was giving them all those calls, I think they just adjusted to see how far and how much more we could get away with. I don't believe Wemby as a competitor wanted that type of help. But once I think, and you know, unless the fix was in or try to be in, because the Knicks wasn't cooperating.
I didn't like all that smiling they was doing and
but again,
you ain't do nothing. You could have just been quiet and walked away. You could have let us argue and been quiet and walk away. And then you telling us you like, I'm in your head to Mitch. It's not so much you, it's just the situation we in.
Yeah.
Like we know we better than y'all.
Yeah.
Knicks was the better team, and we've been saying this all year that we the better team. We better than a lot of these teams. I said the West was complicated, and look, East came out and won. Remember that? This is just the conversation 2 weeks ago.
There
was nobody beating the West. The West had 2-3 hard teams, and they all out of it.
Yeah, I think when Draymond was saying that was just a psych move to say, well, it's the freaking East, like we a JV team, a JV league. I don't think he really believed that. Because if he believed that, then Golden State would have 10 championships right now. So I think he was just trying to pull a psych move. And then if the Knicks lose in hindsight, there's so many things you could say to make yourself look like you're a genius. But Draymond didn't count on Jalen Brunson being Jalen Brunson. You know, he didn't count on Mike Brown sticking to a game plan no matter what. You know, he didn't count on Jose Alvarado, you know, coming in there, giving a spark, challenging Wemby at the rim, fighting to the end, block shot or not. I'm coming in there. This paint ain't yours. And Wemby did his thing, in the paint, altering shots. But
probably like 8
guys got to the point where they had to stop being scared.
And speaking of don't being scared, your unanimous MVP, Brunson, and I know I'm saying the stats don't matter, but 45 points in the game to send the Spurs home, going to the paint on Wemby, fighting the whole game to stay up. That was crazy.
Yeah, Brunson. It was he's MVP and well deserved. And I remember I said, well, should it be unanimous? Because there was talk earlier in the series that Cat could be the MVP. Then late in the series, it was talk that OG could be the MVP. And I remember what Magic Johnson said when he was on Stephen A. Smith's show the other day, and Stephen A. asked him about MVPs and how much does it really matter. And he said it don't really matter. He said, we had me and Kareem and James Worthy at one time got the MVP. And when he didn't get the MVP, he didn't complain about not getting the MVP because we all out here balling. And so that led him to compare OG Anunoby to James Worthy, is that even when James wasn't thought of as the MVP, he was putting up MVP type numbers that we needed to win. So sometimes that's what it takes too. So Jalen Brunson has it. It's good when you have a team that other people could be considered, but there's no controversy over who deserves to be the MVP. And I know last week,
and they won with tip numbers.
Yeah.
I'm looking over here. Yeah, stats.
Yeah,
they won with Thibodeau numbers. Josh Hart 39 minutes, OG 33, Carlton Towns 23. Brunson didn't come out the game 41.
Yeah, and these players should pay homage to Tibbs. You give your coach all the credit, but Tibbs set the foundation for this team. The only difference they playing between now and Tibbs is that Brown is going to his bench more and he's listening to his bench, which that's a big key. But the foundation is Tibbs. I don't think nobody would disagree. I don't think Mike Brown would even disagree with that. Mike Brown found a way to how do I keep something going without breaking it? How do I tweak it? And that's what he came in and did.
And we won with no point production from our bench. Shaman with 5, Clarkson with 2, Mitch with 2, and that's it.
I thought that was crazy. At one point, it was like 28-0 bench scoring, and it didn't seem like it because the way Jose was playing.
And I thought when it ended, I thought we was going to end with having one of those good games we had when we went on that run. We beat this Spurs team playing bad, and when I say playing bad, defense was decent. You know what I mean? I thought they called it pretty much regular. For the last game and a half. You know what I mean? I thought you said you felt like it was a still Spurs, like it was, but I feel like it was a little bit more normal.
Well, what I didn't like was every time there was a challenge, when the challenge was on our favor, and the Spurs would challenge, not only did they come back and reverse the call, but we always get stung. Even the one that the no call one, when Wemby came down on Brunson's foot in the airspace, and Brunson came down behind the 3-point line. And then last week they got us when one of their guys came down way in front of the 3-point line. Like the defender also needs landing space. So we just couldn't find the middle ground. And kudos to the Knicks for playing through all of it. But we couldn't find no middle ground. It wasn't giving us none. And I love in that third game, in the last play of game 4, the last play when Cat motioned over the fans, to crowd, their airspace.
That was amazing.
And I thought the ref was going to say something then, but he didn't.
I think he was trying to say something, but he was like, I didn't make the move. He was telling him to move. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, so
that was the legit 6-man.
Yeah,
the crowd is the 6-man.
Oh yeah, for sure. To go into San Antonio, I would have never thought, and we said that, to have all those blue shirts in San Antonio. San Antonio's guy has a phenomenal fan base, and we went in there with a crowd that wasn't as big as the other places, but to be in San Antonio, that was huge.
Yeah,
that was huge.
But what else we got?
Well,
I'm looking at this team. I feel like hopefully I ain't been listening to the media yet. I was knocked out all day, but they should be talking about how this team should be winning for the next couple of years. Like if they do every other team, like OKC, we should get that kind of respect.
Yeah.
Hopefully that apron thing don't mess us up because people won't want their money out.
Yeah, you gotta get paid. You got.
Yeah.
I mean, you're starting to see guys in commercials. Would that be enough to offset? But sometimes, no matter how much money
back to that Jeremy Lin Carmelo thing. That was also another point from Jeremy Lin. He said he would have took less money. I forgot where he went to the Rockets. He said the Rockets are offering him 4 years, $25 million a year. He was trying to get his agent to have them lower it so the Knicks could match it. You know what I mean? Because if you're not about what the dollar amount is and you never had the millions before, what's the difference from just saying 15 million and 25 million when you don't have no millions? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it like that, these are a lot of players that have been in the league and they fighting for more than just a check. You know what I mean? Maybe Josh Hart, but I'm pretty sure he's getting a lot of sponsorships. I can't see a lot of them leaving, maybe other than Mitchell Robinson, because he wants to go home. I think New York probably takes a toll on him. He's getting older. I can see him wanting to just end his career home.
Yeah,
or taking more money because I think he took a lot of pay cuts.
Yeah, and he wanted to spread his wings.
Injured.
Yeah, he wanted Mitch. Mitch wants to spread his wings a little bit.
I mean, he didn't make a case for himself in the series, but he did hold it down. He was a force. He was a body that was there that was altering shots.
Well, he was hurt. You know, we got to give it. He didn't complain about it, but we've seen even going for rebounds, just going with one hand, and it's hard to yank down a rebound in traffic if you only got one hand.
Sorry, y'all, the camera went out.
Yeah. So either way, you know, I would still love for Mitch to come back, but I also want Mitch to get his money. You know, I want him to get paid.
Yeah, and I can see everybody pretty much coming back. I don't know who else contracts is up.
Well, we got like Shamit, Clarkson. I think it's like Shamit, Clarkson. I think maybe, not sure about Deuce. Shamit, Clarkson, Deuce. It's a couple of people that they may lose or they may just let walk. Diarra, to me, I think we got to match if another team come and get him. I think we got to find a way to match that. I don't think we should let him go. I also think that the Knicks looking forward to running this thing back next year and for the next couple of years. I would like to see us, even if we got to bring Hart off the bench and go with a traditional power forward. They say OG's a natural power forward, but he's been playing small forward. And get a guy in there that don't mind going down low and being a bruiser and can get a bucket down low. Because we need that sometimes. We missing that when Cat is not feeling it to go down there and do it. We missing that inside presence. And it started to show too in this series, which probably could lead to why they was building these big leads. I think some of them times we should have just threw Cat's head down in the paint and let him go to work, you know, 5-6 feet from the basket.
Yeah, there was times where we could say it now. I didn't understand why Wemby goes to the defender outside on the 3-point line. Towns is stuck on Castle or somebody else. Why you ain't take that young boy down there? And by the time they throw the ball, Wemby can't recover.
And if he recover, you dish off.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go at him, but
I noticed that multiple times during the game. I'm like, Wemby's over there by the 3-point line trying to guard Brunson. And if y'all could have just swung it twice real fast, Towns would have been in that paint by himself.
Yep. Yeah.
But that's things that they probably have to learn for next time. But yeah, this is that's still incredible. Like looking at the numbers and seeing how we won, it don't even look like we were supposed to win that.
Nah.
Except for with Brunson's 45.
No, that was sheer heart and guts. Sheer heart and guts. Because I you know, we go into the game. You say we have 3 to win 1. We really had 2 to win 1 because you definitely didn't win Game 7. Especially the way the game is being called. So you want to try to get that one. I wouldn't have cried if we had to go into Game 6. Game 6 would have been a must win for us, even though we'd have still been up. But it's just the fact that, you know, Brunson said no. Whatever the media is saying, whatever the other people are saying, Brunson, he said, I'm blocking everything out until this is over. And he walked off the court, and he said, New York fans, I see you in New York. You know, now I can let loose. But yeah, I love it. I love the way he fought.
He said, do I talk my shit or do I be myself?
Ain't it one and the same, really? Right? If that's what being yourself is, let it out. Because everybody doubted you. And I got to go back to when we first got him. I liked Brunson. But remember, you kept saying no, he gonna be our guy. And I was one saying I don't believe Brunson could be our guy by himself. It's when we got Cat that I started to believe in Brunson more. You know,
I always say sometimes you need certain players. You need a balance. And when it comes to Towns, I always say he's a player that he needs. When Anthony Edwards got there, I think Towns should have deferred to Anthony Edwards and help him out. But Anthony Edwards like, yo, you the OG. I'm going to defer to you. Which you can't do that all the time with Towns, as you can see. You know what I mean? They didn't let him facilitate like how the other bigs get to do. So now in the Knicks, when they make that adjustment, I think that's what he want to do. He just want to win and play the ball. He had 2 points. Now it's cringy for us, but it do make a difference on the court because now they got to guard him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they got to go out there and do something. Now he got to adjust it and make it better to where he attacks, work on his game a little bit more if he want to keep this going. But
yeah, I think he come back. He got to work on his low post game again. He got all the low post moves, but remember I said early in the season, I think it was like the first month of the season, I said Town needs a quick strike. He needs one move down low where you get it low, you make a move, and boom, you're at the basket. You just can't always pound, and then just only use footwork. Sometimes you got to be able to get the ball turned and boom. And he get that in his repertoire, then it's over. Then it's really over. And I guarantee you, he get that, he's gonna still want to shoot threes because that's just what he do. But he ain't gonna be so crazy about running out there and standing out there when I can go down low and get busy like that. So if they're coming back with the same squad, which we all hoping that they are, you still got to do 1 or 2 more things to do that.
When they do, I'm looking at the picture right now. We just got to make sure when we tell the story in the new way that Brunson had 40 points and that Alvarado had 40 points because that's what he's gonna tell his daughter.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he said when my kids ask what I had, I'm gonna tell them I had 40. You know what I mean?
And then they're gonna grow up and see the tape. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, but you know what? I ain't mad at that because the impact he gave a 40-point impact.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I couldn't even tell that he didn't have no points. Like,
didn't look at it. Yeah,
11 minutes. It looked like he played longer.
Yeah, so that's it.
The impact on like I said, it's always the impact on the court, and I'm gonna stick to it. And I think the NBA is now gonna change again. I think it evolved from positionless basketball, which everybody's playing now. Wemby's bringing the ball up. He's shooting threes. Same thing with Towns. I know at one point it was frustrating us that Mitchell Robinson wouldn't just shoot the ball and look towards the basket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now in this new NBA, as long as you can make it work and you got the pieces.
Yeah, I don't see why. Yeah, I don't see why Mitch don't shoot the ball. Like, you know you're capable. Even if you miss them, you're going to start out missing them because you're not used to taking them. But you do that for a couple of games, then all of a sudden now you feel it natural. It's a natural reaction. But yeah, the Knicks, when the NBA, when the cycle changes and people start relying more on their guards, not just for scoring, but for leadership, that's what's going to be the difference. You know, because the evolution was, it was the big man, then it was the small forward, then it was the 2 guard, then it was the power forward, then it shifted to the point guard, then it was back to the small forward, you know. So so now it's going to go back probably to the point guard and to the stretch guy. Now you see that the stretch guy can have way more impact than just standing out there shooting threes. And if you're going to try to match up with Wemby, this is some of the things that you're going to have to do. You know, but you can do that with a 6'9" guy. Like we can do that with a Diarra who's comfortable, because Wemby, just for all his greatness, he doesn't know all the nuances of the game yet. So a young guy can get away with guarding him. Just don't let him bait you into the crazy stuff. That's all. But you know, the Knicks, what can we say? champions, 2026.
He said, what was the Kanye line that Jason Tatum said? So y'all would have said, what would have happened if the Knicks would have lost? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, because it could have went so many ways. Game 4 could have went so many ways, and the same way, the same way Brunson had that shot. Remember you said how Castle snuck in there to tie the game up.
I said he
did
the same
thing. And Castle also did that in Game 4. He snuck in on us in Game 4 because when we were up 1, it was Castle who snuck in there and grabbed the rebound in Game 4 to put them back up 1. When we fouled them, he hit the 2 free throws, and then OG come back later and half a second later, whatever it is. So we could have lost the same way we won. And they said I haven't seen that shot from OG that he did. We haven't seen nothing. Yeah, we've seen stuff like that before. He came from the 3-point line to tip that ball in. Well, Castle had just did that 5 seconds before. OG did it. He tipped the ball in, got the rebound, got fouled, and then made the 2 foul shots. And then he did it again last night. So I understand, and we have to find fault. I understand why Brunson took that deep shot, but you're glad he did it with time on the clock so that somebody can make a play.
Yeah, when he shot, I was like, oh, why he do that? And then I seen OG, and I was like,
yeah, OG he came from the 3-point line. Yeah. So
not even the 3-point line, from the out of bounds. He threw the ball, and Brunson came around, shot it.
Yeah, when the ball went up, he was right at the 3-point line when the ball went up. That's it, and a full lane to the basket.
True, Knicks even told you the play ain't over, so you hit a whistle.
That's right.
OG with that block shot on the other end. And they said OG and Anobi Day is what is that, June 11th from now on.
Oh yeah. I thought they was joking.
No, I think the guy was serious. OG now on is OG and Anobi Day. Yeah.
Listen.
So
the parade is Thursday.
Summertime start now. Summertime started yesterday. They doing fireworks already. Ain't even 4th of July yet.
No, they got to.
You know what I mean? Like I said, but to the fans, or you want to call them bandwagon fans, be safe out there. Ain't no sense in tearing up the city. We should be making the city neater. Yeah. There should be more love in the city, not chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fans got to relax. And I'm not calling y'all fans.
When they were at the parade, people still gonna have to go to work. You know what I mean? People, I don't know if school is over quite yet, but kids is having graduation, so we got to try to keep these streets safe. You know what I mean? Like, not too much craziness. Have fun, but everybody understands. But come on now. When I'm looking at on YouTube and all that, it's like I don't even want to see it. Like, I'm excited, but that's gonna take away from what we actually did. In New York. You don't want them to have to be on the float talking about be safe, or National Guard for real coming in. You don't want that, or giving cops a reason to do something they ain't supposed to do. When finally the Knicks won. You know what I mean? So
let it be about them 15 guys on that team, and not about somebody, like they say, trying to get clicks and putting the stuff on Instagram and YouTube just to say I was out here and I did this and I tore that up. Let's have a nice, peaceful parade, a nice, peaceful party. Everybody get out there and enjoy yourself, and don't just be safe. Make it safe. Make it safe for the person next to you. Some people's grandmothers are going to be out there. This is how far back it goes. Everybody wants some piece of this championship.
I know the Puerto Rican Day Parade is out. I know that's probably going to be crazy. I'm pretty sure Jose Alvarado is there right now.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I'm trying to figure out why they make it so far away though. It's Thursday, the parade.
Yeah, that's maybe today.
Maybe they're trying to hope it dies down and they prepping for it. Maybe.
Yeah, and that's a shame too. That when I went to Game 4, and the barricades to get in and out of the Garden was crazy. It's like you almost don't even want to see that. Because it takes away from the psyche of going to the Garden. You used to going to the Garden and you just seeing fans coming from every which way to go up those steps. And now you being guided in like cattle, and then even going out. If you got to get to a train right across the street, you got to go all the way down the block and round the corner to get to a train to get out of it. Like, so I don't think that was necessary. I don't know what they had to do for the president, but I went the day after the president was there, and I didn't think that was really all necessary. You know,
until he see all these YouTube videos, he gonna be like, maybe some things is necessary.
Well, now, yeah, because we see that
they tearing up cop cars,
some people out there
cars,
do damage,
buses.
Yeah.
I know there was gunshots and stuff like that, but I don't want to dwell on that too long. I just want to say, like I said, if even all my friends that's watching, or y'all see that, just make sure when y'all go out there, just be safe. I want to go out there too, so your boy anxiety too high to be out there in the crowd like that.
Nah, I'm gonna be out there. I got to be out there. But I'm gonna be in the perimeter. I'm not gonna be stuck in the middle.
I'm gonna have the Henny on that. We gonna be good.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So I guess we'll see y'all.
See y'all on the next one
after the parade. Maybe get some parade footage, and you know, maybe we can just still go live during the parade. We'll see.
We'll see.
You know, but
listen, soak it up. I know y'all all asleep now. It's over.
Yeah,
I know we don't even know what to think. I called the homies. Everybody just like, yo, I can't even believe it. It's real now.
I know.
I see how Giants fans felt. Maybe.
Well, but they was expecting to win. The Giants been expecting to win. But when you come from where we came from,
they said that we're not in the category of the Cowboys no more. The Cowboy fans, we're not in that category no more.
We was never in their category because they always believed they could win, but they still had so many championships behind them. See, we didn't have no modern area championships.
But now it don't seem so bad because they can say we could say we won in what was that 78.
All right, so
now we can say we got there in the 90s and then when
78.
What was that, 76?
73.
73, dang.
Yeah.
In that case.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then. I meant to ask it earlier, but I forgot. All right, you know how long we've been waiting to win a championship, right? And now I'm a guy of that era. So the 90s Knicks, our beloved 90s Knicks that everybody loves for the hard work, top hat, hard hat, and bucket carrying type of team that identified with New York. And we love that team, even though it never got over the edge, because that's all we had to hold on to, right? So now that we got a chip, will that team still be as beloved in our hearts?
Oh yeah,
as it is as now that we finally got over the hump, because of the fact that that's all we had to hold on to was the grit and grind that they played with.
Oh yeah, because when you watch these documentaries and you can't not mention that Knicks team and then try to mention Jordan.
Right.
All these other.
Yeah, there's so many, that we won.
There's so many. But now that we won, you still gonna.
All right.
I think you still show them that's the groundwork. So that's the foundation of where that comes from. Like that grit we have, we can't even. They was all at the game. When you mention the new Knicks and you look on the court side and you see all the old Knicks before them, that's like the forefathers of the Knicks. Same thing. You're not gonna mention LeBron James. And he didn't have the impact the same as Kobe and them had. And what Kobe and them had, you're not going to not mention Magic Johnson and how they changed basketball and made it great again. You know what I mean? So I don't even see that happen. I don't even see them disrespecting the OGs like that. Like I said, remember I tell you about the Jalen Brunson, is he like the GOAT Nick? Well, he's in the conversation now. You know what I mean?
You see the thing I sent you with Clyde, right?
Yeah, with Clyde. He said, Clyde said, so Patrick Ewing say Brunson, but Patrick Ewing older. You know how you get when you get older. You start just being nice and say, nah, the young boy got it. But 45 points to close out the game, he might say the young boy got it. You know what I mean? So I don't know how that's gonna go. Well, they're gonna give it to Brunson because they watching it. They saw him grow up.
Yeah, and right now
we don't watch him grow up.
Next
year, it's a little different for
next year is when they get to really look back on this run. And because right now you're still digesting it, still because it's still in disbelief because you wanted it so long. Now you got it. It's like something that you've been trying to get for so long, and then you go get it, and it's like, damn, what now? Like, oh, you don't know how to act. So, yeah, in a few more months, the conversation is going to resurface because you got to you're going to start looking at the whole body of work that Brunson did for these 4 years, and then it's going to start matriculating in your mind that, you know what, wow, damn, he did this consistently, even though he grown too as a player and made mistakes. So his body of work is what's going to put him really totally in that conversation. Right now, we just creatures of the moment, you know.
But yeah, we New York Knicks champions, aka the Men in Black, took down the alien. Well, we'll see y'all in the next one. Having fun this summer. Buzz them on a couple of shootouts.
That ain't gonna happen, y'all. And like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
And especially thanks to the ones that rocked with us the whole year through the whole season. I know we were shaky in the beginning with our time, but we back now and we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here.
Yes, sir. See y'all next year. Hopefully with a better setup.
Yeah, yes. And Bates, appreciate you.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.